What's going on, everybody? Lucas Decker here. In this video, we are going to be taking a closer look at the YoYoFactory BiMETAL. We'll be checking out this yo-yo's key features, putting it through numerous tests, and to wrap it up, I'll be giving you my personal thoughts on the YoYoFactory BiMETAL. Before we begin, I just want to let you know that I release a variety of yo-yo content, so if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. And with all that being said, we're not wasting any more time. Let's get started. Alright guys, kicking it off, we're going to talk about the key features of the YoYoFactory BiMETAL. This is, of course, a BiMETAL yo-yo produced by YoYoFactory. It's got an aluminum body with stainless steel rims. The yo-yo has an organic shape with an outward cut near the stainless steel rim. The yo-yo comes with a standard center track bearing, and I'm honestly not too sure what kind of response pads these are. They have kind of a translucent look to them, but the pads do sit very nice and flush with the rest of the yo-yo's body. A lot of the weight on this yo-yo seems to be placed on the outer rim, as well as towards the center. Alright, and that's going to wrap it up for the build of this yo-yo. Now we'll compare it to a few other YoYoFactory models. First up, the original shutter. The diameter on these two is nearly identical, if not the same. I can't even tell which is larger. As for the width, it looks like the shutter has the BiMETAL beat by just a hair. Next up, the YoYoFactory Edge. The BiMETAL has the edge beat in diameter, and the edge has the BiMETAL beat in terms of width. And for our last comparison, the BiMETAL shutter. The diameter on these two is incredibly similar, if not the same, and the BiMETAL shutter has the BiMETAL beat in terms of width. Alright guys, keeping it moving, we're going to put the YoYoFactory BiMETAL through our various tests. Each test will help us determine how well this yo-yo performs during a certain type of trick. The yo-yo's performance will be rated on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being terrible or nearly incapable, and 10 being nearly perfect. First test, speed. During the speed test, the yo-yo maintains stability and spin power quite nicely. Now this yo-yo plays a bit on the heavy side, so it's going to take a bit more work to get this yo-yo moving. Directional changes are going to require a little more force as well. While the heavier feel may cause this yo-yo to move at slightly slower speeds, it does give the yo-yo very consistent and controlled pacing during these combos. With all things taken into consideration, this yo-yo gets a 7.5 out of 10 on the speed test. And now for our next test, tech. The yo-yo took these tech combos head on. It did a good job at maintaining spin power, and it maintained stability exceptionally well. Now the heavier feel is going to make the pacing of this yo-yo feel a little slower than normal, but like I mentioned in the speed test, this pacing is very controlled and consistent, which is very good for tech. Also, I noticed if there are multiple layers of string around the bearing, it would snag just a little bit. However, this does not prove to be a major issue whatsoever. This is a very, very picky complaint. This yo-yo gets an 8.5 out of 10 on the tech test. Next up, meta. This yo-yo plowed through these meta combos. Rejections on this yo-yo are just fine. During some of these whip and slack tricks, I did notice that the yo-yo had a little bit of a sluggish feeling to it, but in a decent amount of cases, the yo-yo's fantastic stability and spin power is going to make up for this, especially when you're performing much longer meta combos. This yo-yo gets a 7 out of 10 on the meta test. Next up, horizontal. During the horizontal test, the yo-yo maintained stability and stayed on the x-axis very well. Now there are many contact points between the string and the yo-yo. This is because of the organic shape that this yo-yo rocks. So because of that, there is a little bit more friction, and the spin power of the yo-yo is going to feel like it's being reduced a little bit quicker than normal. But even with that being the case, since this yo-yo is quite the powerhouse, it's definitely going to be able to handle a majority of horizontal combos. Also, it is going to feel like gravity has a stronger pull on this yo-yo. So if you keep the yo-yo in the horizontal plane and you're very precise with your string hits, then you should definitely have success with this yo-yo in regards to horizontal play. This yo-yo gets a 6.5 out of 10 on the horizontal test. Next up, grinds and finger spins. So as you saw, finger grinds lasted for a pretty decent amount of time. It definitely exceeds expectations considering it has an organic shape, and because of that, there's going to be a lot of contact points between your finger and the yo-yo. But what allows this yo-yo to grind for so long can definitely be credited to the insane spin power of this yo-yo and the very smooth finish. And finger spins on this yo-yo are pretty decent as well. The yo-yo is going to rotate a little bit on your finger, but the main hindrance is going to be the laser engravings in the center. But in regards to this yo-yo's performance rating, I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt and give it a 7 out of 10. And now for our final test, the bind test. For this test, I'll be using the response pads that came pre-installed with this yo-yo, and as for string, I'll be testing it with Kitty XL and YoYoFactory's Not Bad String. With the Kitty XL string, this yo-yo had very soft, clean, and responsive binds, and the yo-yo would rarely snag unless string tension was uneven. And as for the Not Bad string, which is thinner than Kitty XL, binds also were very clean and soft. However, with this string, they had a little bit more of a snappy feel. And also with this string, the yo-yo seemed a little bit more forgiving of uneven string tension. I would not be giving this yo-yo a rating regarding its bind performance, simply because there are so many variables such as different response pads and string types that can affect binds. And now I'll be giving you my personal thoughts on the YoYoFactory BiMETAL. To put it simply, this yo-yo is heavy and powerful. And don't let that scare you, because that heavier feeling is complemented by a dash of floatiness. And I gotta say, the organic shape is very refreshing. With this yo-yo intended to be an entry-level bimetal, it definitely succeeds. So if you're someone who wants to diversify their yo-yo collection and dip their toe in the water with a bimetal design, the YoYoFactory BiMETAL is a great place to start. And the value here is absolutely fantastic. I think this yo-yo would also complement learning those entry-level tricks that are a little more on the difficult side very well. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think of the YoYoFactory BiMETAL in the comments below. And that's gonna put her up on this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed excuse me. I know you enjoyed it. Guys, if you're enjoying the videos on the channel, be sure to like and subscribe. It is truly appreciated. And as always, any further feedback, suggestions, or questions are more than welcome in the comments below. I love hearing from you guys. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll be talking to you very soon.